All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. All right, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about what they're going to be voting on in January 2022, a bill that they're going to be voting on, and also CT. I don't want to say that word, those words, because that it can hit something in the algorithm and they can flag my channel. And my channel is on its last leg anyway. So, anyway, hopping in this video, if you don't know, in January 2022, which is not too long from right now, they're going to be voting on a bill that gives them the authority to grab up anybody that's unbitten, that they believe that's causing a threat or that's a harm to society, to the community or whatever. So that's basically anybody unbitten. And if you know Esau, that gives him the authority to basically do what he want to do. You know what I mean? Now, something in your mind is going to say, well, how are they going to know that you're not bitten? Well, because of CT. CT is basically everybody has an app on their phone, so they know everybody's status already from that. And everything's going to be on phones. So if you want to go inside of a grocery store, you're going to have to prove that you've been bitten by having a C pass. If you get what I'm saying, a C pass. But anyway, everybody has to have to have an app on their phone. And if you bump into anybody, let's say you went to the grocery store, to the Walmart to pick up a pack of steak, and Joe Schmo, the working guy, he comes in there, he tested positive for that cold train. Well, then everybody who was at the Walmart can get contacted and told that they need to quarantine because they was in contact with somebody who had that cold train, right? So with that passing in January mixed with CT, they could come grab you up and justify it that you ain't quarantined, or they can force people to quarantine with the CT mixed with that thing that they're going to be voting on. Now you see, right? This right here, these two plays, what they're going to be voting on in CT, these two mixed together gives them that perfect New World Order martial law scenario where they can just round up, grab, busting in people doors, grabbing them all up, or that movie Songbird, where they was taking you to the zone and people die in the zone, which ain't nothing but a facility. What they calling for right now, a C facility, all right, which is prisons that Revelations 2:10 talked about. Revelations 2:10 talks about the devil, which is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about his physical counterpart, his physical armor, which is the so-called white man, woman, and child, shall throw some of you into prison. So the elect, we're going to be thrown into prison, some of us, that we're going to be martyrs. But the prisons that they talking about is what? These facilities. That's what they're trying to throw you in right, what they preparing for right now. We see him in Australia, we see him in Germany. Lockdown of the people who didn't get bitten. All right. And they already have CT over there. So they know who hasn't been bitten and who has. Right now in America, it's pretty much everything is kind of chaotic. But when they got that CT and everybody has the app on their phone, they're going to know who, you know what I'm saying, who is, whose status is what. They could call you up and be like, hey, we see right here that you haven't been bit and that you've been in contact with Joe Snuffy, who was at the dollar store. When you was at the dollar store, we need you to quarantine or whatever. And if you don't quarantine, they can literally come grab you up and have it justified, man. Because I believe they're going to pass this whole thing come January. And knowing how Esau, just observing him, he not going to really put the vice grips on you up front. He's not going to say, well, we got the power to grab you up and then come grab people up ASAP. I believe he's going to wait for a little bit and talk about how everything getting worse, and then they come grabbing people up. And before you know it, that's the news now that everybody's on. You know what I'm saying? But I believe it's going to happen just like that because the scriptures say, "Hey, that they're going to throw people in prison," so we know that that's going to happen, right? That's why I'm a firm believer in they're going to pass this whole thing because it does say what the devil shall throw some of you into prisons. Now, how they going to have that authority? Well, ain't they trying to vote on something? It comes from Australia and Germany, then to Canada, and from right there, it comes right here and it leaks into the U.S. And it starts in the U.S. It starts where? In like New York and California. And before you know it, boom, America has it. Anyway, this is just a short video, you know. And the reason I brought this video up right here is because now they're talking about CT and calling on the citizens to basically snitch on somebody, snitch on each other. I don't want to play it because they're gonna say that they're gonna say it and it's gonna get me flagged. But they are asking for the citizens to snitch on each other. You know, if you basically if you contracted that cold train, then you should have enough decency in yourself to contact everybody that you was in contact with that you know and tell them that they was exposed to A, B, and C. Then they, on the other side of it, they have people saying that they don't think that that's going to work. So it's nothing but problem reaction solution. You know what I'm saying? They call for y'all to do it, and then they understand that that's not going to work. So then it's going to call for them to go go to higher draconian measures to bring forth the new world order. But anyway, hope that was edifying. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom on to the next one.